was really good in that win over Indiana. Here is Page. Around Biddle, had it knocked away. Straight conference wins for the first time this year as Arrington Page misses the free throw.
Defense wasn't engaged, they weren't moving, but in that second half, they started right in front of us. Brought a lot of intensity defensively. They were
received. And now a turnover by the Ducks. Here's Page one-on-one with Biddle, and he throws it down, and he goes down hard. 10, and we've seen that in that first possession. Here's Drew Carter down low. Now to Kai Simpkins. A strong drive, and he gets the Ducks on the board.
That's that. Got to make them work for it.
Page has all 3 Northwestern points. Jaden Reed with the pull-up. Back heel and out. Martinelli trying to keep
action with a handoff coming out of the corner. Jaden Reed just can't convert.
Here's Stewart. Oh!
Sean Stewart still trying to get his balance after that dunk. Just takes a little spill.
They lob it to Biddle. And Oregon, after this slow start, you're judged by how you do in times of adversity. And he really had a lot of compliments for his stat, but you see Devon Pryor as well. Biddle's been out for a time. The Shellstad injury particularly.
He came behind Peyton Pritchard, played it same area as Peyton Pritchard, and this is the year where he's been known as a scorer. He
wasn't hit. Offensive rebound, though, Evans. Northwestern, the worst defensive rebounding team in the Big Ten by percentage. Here's Simpkins on the drive. Singleton the rebound, and West on the run for the Cats. Martinelli, Reed in transition, hits the 3.
That's a new look Northwestern.
Now the starting point guard of the Big Ten for Oregon. Stewart. Biddle, the tip goes in.
Just shooting jump shots.
Here's Simpkins. And a drive on Sheravino. Shot clock at 5. Evans rattles one home.
Right there on West. West has the opportunity to rescreen and get into that pocket. That's what they're going to have to do to beat Oregon.
Yet another turnover for the Ducks. That is number 3.
Got him to turn it over a little bit early in the game, which led to some success, but a little sloppiness here early.
West leaves it for Martinelli, and the foul. Our keys to the game brought to you by TurboTax as Martinelli finishes off the 3-point for the game right now, and they don't. It's got to be hard. Lindsay on the drive, and he is fouled. Okay, so
the chink in this armor for Oregon, and then on their defensive end, you got to neutralize. So Nate Biddle's been so good, 17-4-5, or excuse me, 17-4-8 over his last 5.
Martinelli off for Kropp, who missed a wide open layup. Here's West with a pull-up, and the Cats get those points back.
Fortunately for the Cats, they get the rebound, and Jake West finishes the mid-range.
Wade Lynn is in there for Oregon, and a nice dish to Biddle. This morning in the shoot-around, here's Sheravino, cut off on the drive. Martinelli, the Big Ten's leading scorer, going back to the strike. The second foul on Sean Stewart. So he will presumably 20 points and 6 rebounds for the second straight year. The last 5 Big Ten players to do that is Sheravino. Offensive rebound. Last 5 Big Ten players to do that, 4 of them were Big Ten Player of the Year as Reed hits the runner for the Cats.
Had the paint and do well around the rim, but Northwestern set them for jump shots early. Even though they missed that, had a chance at the offensive rebound. Now putting pressure on the Oregon defense.
Cutting through the lane is Evans and Sheraway. Here's Martinelli. Biddle cutting him off. Now Kropp inside, and he lays it in. What a block by Angelo Sheravino.
As jump shot develops, he could be a special player.
Nelly missing on the baseline. Oregon trying to cut into the 4-point deficit, and Simpkins cuts it in half.
Pressure on the defense.
Here's Simpkins. Transfer from Elon. He was their leading scorer last year. And Reed. Chris Collins has been saying he is his best athlete. And we saw evidence of it there. Evans fouled by Singleton. Oregon starts 3 McDonald's All-Americans. As Evans rolls home the free throws, is upon us.
Oh, I'm still trying to figure out what city I'm in, man.
Arrington Page trying to navigate his way through. In the corner, Singleton. Singleton on the drive. Well contested, gets it back though and lays it.
Even in that Indiana game, struggling in the first half, but as we know, just get a couple easy ones, you can get it going.
Drew Carter, that a big shot for Oregon. They've been one of the pass. Shot clock under 10. Reed on the move and the layup.
Tough move.
Here's Simpkins. Over Page.
Tough right there.
Carter on the move. Shot clock under 10. Biddle gets Page in the air, loses the ball, comes to Evans, and he's... Jordan, you like the old way. You like 15 making.
I think it, I played in Europe for 13 years, so I think it's that European. Out it just makes for some really competitive basketball. Not saying that this isn't, of course, but you never argue with that.
Just West here to Page. He'll try another three. That one does not go. It's clear Oregon is going to give Arrington Page that three.
Game, they will give up that pop. Oregon will, like you just said, and force him to beat him.
Biddle, great position inside, and he'll go for the three-point play.
As the strong side and is in the gap, has to immediately get back to the weak side and be the low man. It's a tough challenge, and Page can't force that pass.
Biddle gets Page in the air. Now Biddle on the move, and Page knocks it away. Simpkins. Phillips, the long three, and it goes. Jamari Phillips, late shot clock to go in this first half. It has been about 4 minutes since the Cats have scored. Page, offensive foul.
Up the glass against Wisconsin, did a great job at showing crowds, forcing those turnovers in the second half as well. 2-for-1
opportunity for Oregon, and Simpkins off a beauty going. Just one field goal so far. West will try a three. Can bank it in.
Another great deep rotating, but Jake West finds a way to put it home.
Biddle answers. No backboard necessary. Here's Reed.
About Biddle, even though that's a strategy, got to still understand KYP.
Loose ball for Biddle, and he'll get a chance at a three-point play. Dana Altman so complimentary of Biddle. Just the mere fact very appreciative of everything he's given to this Oregon program. Homestake kid. Page on the move, and he gets the easy two.
That is tough.
Now Biddle on the blocks, double teamed. Evans in the lane, little floater doesn't go, follows it up and in. Good second effort from Quan. Shot clock at 5. Simpkins cross court, Evans for three, and he got it. Late shot clock. Oregon's been really
breaker. Keep him out of the paint and on the perimeter, and then the 6'10" guy, 30% knocks it down.
Trey Singleton brings the lead back down to 10. Get him going in the second half. He had the huge second half in the win over Indiana when the Cats were in similar trouble. Nice feed there to Singleton, Northwestern. Martinelli on the move, and that one goes. Second field goal, and Martinelli's got the loose ball. Here comes Northwestern. Reed inside, great feed to Page, who throws down the jam. Not hit the rim. Biddle, they're gonna have to get it up there. They do. It's Carter, no. Evans, another offensive board, and Stewart throws down there. And Oregon gives it right back. Here's West, got Martinelli with him, and doesn't go. I kind of thought that was a goaltender.
Yeah, it looked like Sean Stewart.
Carter over Martinelli. Not there. Rebound to Reed. Reed turns on the Jets and turns it over. Turnover. Northwestern tried to make Oregon pay here. Reed around the screen from Kropp. He'll take the pull up and hit.
Now we talked about the
in a 12-point hole not that long ago. Jordan Clayton hits the three. 10. Shot clock at 5. Ducks got to get something going. Shot clock at 2. Wei Lin from way downtown. And a shot clock.
Oregon out of sorts, and Jordan Clayton finds himself wide open after a couple games ago going 6 for 7.
Martinelli, that patented floater.
Maybe shoot. Oregon struggling to find the right buttons. They shot 6 threes in this half on 14 attempts. Only shot 7 threes the entire first half.
Here's Clayton again. He misses one. And
3 of the half. 50% of their shots in this half have been three-point attempts. 7 of their 27 on defense and forcing Oregon into some of those tough shots, but Oregon can't abandon that.
Just 1 of 2 from the line.
More than a bit. Chris Collins not concerned about that hole, just to...
And Simpkins hits the 3 and puts Oregon.
Exist.
Bo and Chris worship together, apparently. Here's Sheravino out of the corner, and he rattles one home. As we approach the midway points of this second half. Martinelli, that floater goes.
Bread and butter right there.
Teams from the field here in the second half. Now a little breakdown off the near turnover. Biddle gets it back and lays it in as Oregon continues to. Simpkins on the dribble drive, now hanging in the air, out of the corner for 3. Lindsay doesn't go. Biddle, great. He knocked away by Arrington Page.
And on this side of the ball, Page continues to be stellar.
Here's Martinelli for 3, and he got it.
Different day, same story. Nick Martinelli struggle in the first half, get a couple easy ones, get your game going. Now he's rolling.
Ray Lynn answers for the Ducks.
Illinois at Minnesota, giant killer, no slouch either.
Here's Evans inside, and he's fouled. So Kwame Evans will have a chance.
He can guard that.
Evans does convert. Martinelli a big part of the reason why. Singleton in the corner, Clayton shot ready, doesn't go. Evans the rebound. Clock whittles down to 7. Simpkins way long, didn't hit the rim. Evans inside, knocked away. Now Martinelli coming up with a steal, 2-on-2 with West. Martinelli leaves it for Page, who lays it in.
Martinelli doesn't get it on.
It's a double-double. To your point, not totally inconceivable. He could get to that triple-double, and that's going to be a goaltend. A bad decision there for me.
He just switched the screen right there.
Just the second foul on Oregon. Martinelli can't hit the spinner, but he gets the rebound and puts it in. 20 points.
With the smaller Lindsay, spin, get him on your hip, get your own rebound.
21st 20-point game of the year, and now Stewart over the back, called for the foul. Kicks it in the corner, now Reed, gotta go. Sheravino, West gotta put it up, and here's Reed. Reed with a turnaround that goes.
Aiden Reed, so good.
Simpkins, shot clock under 10. Biddle. Here's Lindsay on the baseline. Lindsay blocked by Page. Shot clock at 7. Martinelli gotta go. Martinelli swatted away. Doesn't go. Battle for the board. It comes out to Biddle. Now in the corner, Lynn wide open, and he got it. We get it to Martinelli. Back to Reed. Shot clock at 6. And he is fouled, but from Oregon's point of view, they've got fouls to give here. That doesn't go. Singleton, the offensive rebound. 17 seconds, plenty of time, and Chris Collins wants a timeout. There's Martinelli. Martinelli spinning, the hook shot. It goes! Nick Martinelli hits. Now Simpkins for the win. Does not go, and Northwestern wins.
Nick Martinelli, you knew where Oregon loaded up. Martinelli with the patience, the step through, and you can hear a pin drop in Welsh Ryan when that ball was sitting up on. Check it out. We said it. You're going to run them to the corner. We've seen Northwestern do this. Kwame Evans, fantastic defense. Not much else you can do, but the